Hi, my name is Diana Britton, Executive Editor at wealthmanagement.com. I'm here live at the Wealth Management Edge Conference talking with Sam Huszczo. He's the founder of SGH Wealth Management, USA Today's 2025 top-ranked Michigan-based financial advisory firm and one of the fastest growing firms in the country. So Sam, as a millennial and an employer, what's your take on the movement that is the next generation of financial advisors?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's been things that have been sold to us over the years, like that great wealth transfer thing that was kind of a big buzz. I don't think there was much to change a business around that. I've been doing this since I was 23. When I was 23, I was prospecting 58-year-olds. Now I'm 43. I'm still going after 58-year-olds. So I keep getting older and they stay the same age, which is what Matthew McConaughey's line, but maybe a little less creepy in this context. But, the McKinsey report showed 110,000 financial advisors are set to retire over the next 10 years. That's 38% of the current workforce. And the average advisor's age is 56 years old, which is ancient for SGH standards, where our average employee age is 27 years old. So as a millennial, I like Aaliyah, the late great Aaliyah, age ain't nothing but a number. And I think our clients agree with that. They're accepting, the advice from the younger side of this generation. And so back in Detroit, I've got a test lab and I'm cloning these highly functioning A-type, 95th percentile educated financial advisors, and I'm unleashing them into the ecosystem right now. And, if there's any advisors today, watching this on the golf course, coasting with their clients, I don't know that they know what's coming for them because, the youth movement, finally, and this is only in the last couple of years, they are turning down investment banking, private equity, venture capital jobs in New York City to come to Detroit and do wealth management. And so I'm just really excited about the level of professionalism that the industry is going to get over the next 10 years. But yeah, it's coming. So it's something to be prepared for.
Yeah, so I mean, we write a lot and hear a lot about just the concerns about hiring young advisors, whether it's loyalty, client acceptance, firm resources. What have you learned along the way as, an independent firm with this hiring strategy?
Yeah, I mean, look, you get into being a financial advisor, you're looking to be a practitioner. You're not looking to be a trainer and a mentor. And so it's like something that, people grow into to a big degree. So shout out to COVID. I mean, COVID probably doesn't get many shouts out, but that time frame, there was just a shortage of talent. I couldn't find experienced people. So I had to go start, hiring out of college. And now 4 years into it, I've got employees that have been with me for 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And there's this wonderful waterfall effect in our culture where they mentor each other and they learn from each other the things that they learned. And so I think it's just something that you have to just know your recruiting strategy and lean into it. And early on when I had some struggles, I have some NBA executives as clients, and they work with 18-year-olds every single year. And they would tell me, back in the 90s, you could just jump right into tough love and just beat somebody up and they'd accept it. Today, that's not acceptable. Today, you have to prove to these young people that you care about them, that you love them, and after that, they will take tough love. So I think that's the misnomer is you still can give tough love, but it's just the way you go about it has to shift slightly. And so that's one thing. And the other thing I'd say though, with these academic financial planners coming in, their biggest blind spot is just sales. If somebody doesn't do sales, none of us eat. If you can't earn somebody's trust, your investment strategy is useless. And so I think that's one thing that I've had to coach them in, imposter syndrome, things like that. But it's not the Tony Robbins, hey, let's conquer fear and then it just goes away. Sales fears can get even stronger later in your career when you're dealing with smarter, bigger clients and have bigger fees and things like that too. So it's really learning to embrace that. Embracing that fear means you won't hit a plateau in your career at some point. And I like to personify it. My personal anxiety I call major doubt. And major doubt shows up to all the biggest events. And it's okay, if I'm feeling that feeling, it's probably that I'm onto something special, not something to run away from. And so that's a big part of the mentorship too when we're having a young staff or whatnot. So
Yeah, and I mean, there are some young students here at the conference,
Yep.
and I heard them talking about how, they actually like sales because they feel like what they're doing is not selling, but they're helping people with
Sure.
their financial lives. And so I guess kind of having that mindset helps them as well. But isn't AI coming for our jobs? I mean, how do these young people navigate that?
Yeah. I mean, look, artificial intelligence isn't going to replace us. Well, let me take that back. It might replace the average run-of-the-mill church-mongering annuity salesman. I'd say that person might be a little bit concerned, but the cool thing about AI is money is this faux pas subject, and now the American people have a socially risk-free person to ask money questions to that they didn't have before. So I think that that's actually going to get more confidence in this money space. And then once they learn that there's a limitation to what ChatGPT can do, I would say that they might even seek more human advice after that point.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people today, they don't know why they should hire a financial advisor, and so then they just don't do it. And that's why we have to convince people to do it. If they know why, and then understand those limitations, then I think there will be more demand. But look, Diana, 10,000, as we live and breathe today, 10,959 people turns age 67. And another 11,000 are turning tomorrow,
Yeah.
and the day after that for the next 10 years. That is a crap load of demand for this industry. And the other part of it is, as people age, they have more of a demand for holistic advice. So even, show me the most self-directed, do-it-yourselfer investor. Once they get to 67, they want help. They actually want the help in tax planning and everything. And that's when things are at their highest stakes. So they want a partner in that process at those times. So demand is going to be at an all-time high. I just talked about supplies at an all-time low. This is the golden age of wealth management. And I don't know if people really appreciate it to that degree, but I feel blessed. I'm at the prime of my career at one of the best times in history to be in this industry. So
Yeah, well, it's you're doing a great job. Really interesting strategy. I mean, I was just on listening in on a panel yesterday, and one of the speakers said, with AI and so much information out there, so much knowledge, knowledge is cheap at this point. But what next generation investors and clients are really looking for is that human connection, and that's going to be really important going forward.
Yeah.
But Sam, thank you so much for being here. It's been great, and thank you for joining us.